Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel. Welcome to today's video. Today's video is going to be my update to the deck of panning project. So that was a panning project created by Emily and Max. I will have her channel linked down below, but essentially you use a deck of cards to randomize your prompts and pick products out accordingly. So I will be sharing my update with you, what I'm rolling in, what I'm gonna roll out, all that good stuff. So if that sounds good to you, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't yet. I would love it if you stuck around. But with all that, let's get into the update. All right, so I'm not going to dwell too long on how this project is done. Like I said, I'll have Emily and Max's channel linked down below, as well as her explanation video, her intro video. This project's been around for a long time. It is my first year playing it though, and I'm very excited to be playing along with some of my favorite other creators. But let's just get into my update. I have some good rollouts and I'm excited to roll some new things in today. Usually there are 5 different prompts that you're gonna pull. So I'm gonna talk about my 5 different items and we're just gonna jump right in. The first thing that I have is the oldest product in this project so far. It is the Gardens of Juvias palette. So I rolled this in May for the prompt seasonal. And as you can see, it's kind of like a very spring palette. In May, it was very seasonal. This is going to be rolling out. So my goal for this was to use it no pan left behind. I did finally get that done. Very excited. And I love this palette. It was actually unused in my collection. So I finally got to try it out, test it out, see what the hype was all about, because I've heard a lot of my friends really talk about how great this palette is, and I wholeheartedly agree with them. This is an excellent pastel palette. I really enjoy having it in my collection. The shimmers are so beautiful. I don't do a lot of pastel, but when I do, I could see this being my pastel palette of choice. So this one is going to be rolling out, and I will be picking a new item to replace this. And then the last 4 items were all pulled in June. So they've only been in the project for 1 month now. Let's just go in order that I have pulled. It was for the 7 of Clubs, which was the prompt Glowy. And I pulled in my Glamlite Scream highlighter here. Purchased this on super sale during Black Friday. I thought this was just really fun and adorable. I didn't really purchase it to use it, but I did want to get some use out of it because, again, this was also unopened in my collection. Because the prompt that I pulled was a 7, I had a goal to reach for this 7 times. It is a duo. I am wearing it on my cheeks today. I have used this 4 out of my 7 times, so I still have 3 more to go. I usually, out of the 4 times, I've gone into this one 3 and this one 1. I at least wanted to make sure I used both of them, but I will say I prefer this one. It's basically a straight up glitter. So it's not a highlight I would normally reach for. The bottom one kind of has more of a green shift, more of a glow, less of a shimmer. Both are really pretty though. Like I said, I'm wearing the top one today. I try to keep it a little bit subtle, so I don't know if you're gonna see it too much. I doubt that this is a product I will really use a ton in my collection, but it's nice to have projects like this where I can pull it out, get a few uses here and there on it. I'm fine not having pan in this or anything like that. I kind of purchased it just for the IP. So this will be staying in the project. I have 3 more uses to go on this. Next up was for the Jack of Diamonds, which is indie. And we have another palette here. It is the Cosmic Beauty Nudetrals palette. With all of my palettes, my goal is to always use them no pan left behind. I am also doing a series on my channel. It goes up the first Sunday of every month with my no pan left behind progress. So I will link last month's up in the cards, but I did complete this no pan left behind, and you'll see all my looks with this palette in August's update for this palette specifically, because I did not get it done in time in June. I am rolling this palette out because that means if I'm talking about it in August, I successfully completed it no pan left behind. This was also unused in my collection. You'll find a theme with the things that I pull into my projects because I'm trying to finally touch everything in my collection, not just have a full drawer of shame. I love this palette, head over heels. If I could only keep 5 palettes in my collection, which would be a really fun video idea maybe, because I have like 200 palettes, I'm pretty sure this would make the cut. It is neutral. It is the perfect spicy neutral palette for me specifically, who doesn't love a ton of color. It has just the right amount of spiciness and neutralness for me. Like I said, I love it so much. The shimmers are beautiful. This is probably my least favorite shimmer. It's just kind of like a classic gold to red multi-chrome. I don't love reds, so that's why it's my favorite, but I did use this and layer this with a different shade. I don't remember which one, maybe this goldy shade here. And I did like that. It's just not a shade I'd like blow out all over the lid. I really honestly cannot speak highly enough about this palette. I am also not even like a warm tone lover. So for me to just dive head over heels in love with this palette says something, but this will be rolling out. I'm a little bit sad about it because I would love to play around with it more, but it's time to move on, give some love to some other palettes, and it is what it is. So this will be rolling out. And then we have 2 more products to talk about. So the next one that I pulled was for the 4 of Diamonds, which was an impulse purchase. And I decided to pull in a single shadow. I impulsively purchased this when I was visiting the States, and I swatched this at an Ulta, had to have it. It is the Half Magic Single Shadow in Blushing Lizard. It looks like this. I am wearing this today. Everything that I'm wearing, I always list down in the description box below. So because I pulled a 4 for this, I had a goal to use it 4 times, and today was my 4th use. Not a very high goal, I know that, but I do kind of like using this project as a roll in, roll out, just to touch as many things as I can in my collection. I have a lot of different projects that are a little bit more long-term, so this is kind of my short-term project. Let me swatch it for you. Here is what it looks like. It is beautiful. This is, I think, Half Magic. It's their most popular shade. I see it advertised a lot on their socials, and it actually got me to declutter a different single shadow in my collection. I had the Artist Couture Diamond Lights Finisher in Nebula, which was also very, very popular on YouTube for a while. I remember I purchased it because of Kathleen Lights, and it was a loose shadow, but this is like an exact dupe of it. And since it was a loose shadow, I decided to declutter it and keep this. I'm very happy to have this in my collection, and I'm glad to just get a little bit of use on it. I am, like I said, wearing it today. So I have a ColourPop Super Shock, and then I just kind of tap this on top for a little bit more glitter. It's not going to be the most opaque shadow in the world, but it just kind of helps give a little bit something extra sparkly to your eye look, and I very much enjoy it. So this will also be rolling out. My very last prompt to talk about was for the Jack of Hearts. I did pull both red jacks last month, and they both represent the same thing, which is indie. So I pulled in another indie brand, also unused palette, Unearthly. This is the Not Normal Remastered palette. Here is what it looks like. And I didn't really, I wasn't really interested in the original Not Normal, but when they did this revamped extended version, adding in the purples, I got suckered in. I love Unearthly's formula, so I couldn't wait to use this palette. I just hadn't prioritized this. Unfortunately, this is the most disappointing product in my project today. I have not even used this one time. I kind of was just trying to buckle down, get the other things rolled out. I'm sure next month, this will be a rollout. I will kind of make sure I use this palette and have it done for my August update in No Pan Left Behind. I think that I can do that. We'll just have to wait and see. But I still can't wait to reach for this palette. Like, I love this, all the shimmers, the shade Emotion, Taupe, Mood Swing, Impulsive, plus these grungy tones. Like, I mean, I really think I'm going to enjoy this palette. I love Unearthly's formula, so no complaints here, just haven't been able to get around to it. Which means we are going to roll in 3 new prompts. 2 are rolling over, Unearthly Not Normal, the Glamlite Scream Highlight, And then these are rolling out. So the Half Magic Blushing Lizard, the Cosmic Beauty Neutrals, and the Juvias Place Garden of Juvias. So let me get my deck of cards here. Here they are. So each card represents a different prompt. Emily does shuffle the game board every single month. Unfortunately, this month you're going to see that my game board is the same month for June because I am leaving, going out of town right when she's going to update the game board and right before this project goes live, usually around the 20th. And I'll just be honest, I don't want to film this while I'm out of town. So I'm filming it a little bit early. It's fine. Like, I think we can all move past it. I'm using an outdated game board. I'm sorry. But here is my Joker. The Joker is an important part of playing this game. You don't have to use the Joker, but most people do, and it stands for Are You Joking? So let me shuffle these cards a little bit. And while I'm shuffling, I just dropped these all over my lap. While I'm shuffling, I'm going to throw up the game board so you can see what I'm working with. Even though I'm using the old game board, I could not tell you what is what. I do not have a photographic memory. And it's still going to be fun regardless. So let's give it a couple more shuffles here. And I should probably mention, a couple months ago, let me look at my notebook, in April, I did pull the veto card. So I do still have that in my pocket. I haven't used it yet. I doubt that I'll use it, quite honestly, unless it was just really something I didn't want to do. But I feel like I could find something for a prompt at any point. I don't know. We'll just wait and see. But I do have a veto, just so you know. All right. Let me shuffle one more time, and then we will pull up the prompts. That was awful, but that's okay. All right, I'm going to split the deck, and we're going to pull 3 cards from the top. So the first one is the Queen of Diamonds. Second, the 9 of Hearts. And the third, the 8 of Spades. So let's look. Let me pull up the game board myself. So the Queen of Diamonds is pick your space, which means that I can pick any prompt within the diamond category. There's Out of Control, Duo Multichrome, Impulse, Spotlight a Panner, Represent Another Project, Copycat, Broken, Color, Graveyard. So I'll kind of think about that when I'm looking through my collection. The 9 of Hearts is for mini or sample. That's a great prompt. I love that a lot. And then the 8 of Spades is for collecting cobwebs. I kind of want to use my veto. I just said I wasn't going to use my veto, but I've already pulled that prompt, and I've also pulled Graveyard. So like, I've just had that prompt a lot. I think I'm going to use my veto. We're going to use my veto, guys. All right, it's official. So I haven't shuffled these. I can shuffle it one more time so you don't think I'm cheating. Let's quickly pull another card here. It is the 3 of Diamonds. So 3 of Diamonds is duo or multi-chrome. All right, and I also have another, the Queen of Diamonds, which was pick your space in the diamonds, so I'll make sure I don't pull that one twice. All right. Let me go look for my products and I'll be back. I've chosen all of my products and I'm really, really excited about it. So let's go in the order that they were pulled. The first one being the Queen of Hearts. So since that was pick your space, I decided to go with Spotlight a Panner. This could also work with Out of Control category because it is an Out of Control category in my collection. But the panner that I want to spotlight is Donna from My New Obsession 2017. I love watching her videos, first of all, so I will have her channel linked down below if you want to go subscribe to her. But she is trying to finish up her Dior Backstage Face and Body Foundation. She's so close. She's like this much left of it. I also have this foundation. Foundation is an Out of Control category for me. Now, I definitely still have a ton of product in here. This foundation's huge. It's not the standard one fluid ounce. It's, I don't know, I can't read it. So, I mean, I'm maybe like here. This is one of my favorite foundations. I would like to use this 5 times because Spotlight a Panner is for the 5 of diamonds. So that is what I'm going to do. That's going to be my goal for this. And I think it'll be really great for the summertime. So there's my Queen of Diamonds. For the 9 of Hearts, that was for a mini or a sample product. This has been kicking around in my acrylic stand where I kind of have my focus products, not with the rest of my collection. It's been there for months and months and months. I just end up neglecting it and going for my Project Pan primer or something else. So I'm pulling this little mini primer in. It is the Tula Brighten Up Smoothing Primer Gel. I have used this. I do like it. There's this much left in it. So my goal is going to be to finish it. I would say it'd be 9 times, but I don't even think this has 9 uses in it. So that's going to be my goal. I definitely think I can get this done by the next month, especially putting it in a project. And then I'll have one last primer in my primer category, which would be really, really great. So very happy about that. And then the 3 of Diamonds, which I did use my VETO to replace, is for duo or multi-chrome. I just went in my single collection and picked the first kind of duo multi-chrome that stood out to me, and it is Terra Moon's Rosette. I would like to get 3 uses on it since I pulled a 3. Terra Moon's shadows are so pretty, and I don't reach for them as much because if I think multi-chrome, I kind of go for my Cleona, but I mean, this is going to be beautiful for summer. It kind of has like a very slight green flip, but it's primarily like a lilac purple sparkle. And it'll be really soft. I'm looking forward to using this. It's not like such a bright bam multi-chrome, a little bit more subtle, which I think I'm kind of realizing I gravitate more towards wearing on like an actual basis, not my fantasy self. So 3 uses on Terra Moon Rosette. And then those are all of my prompts for this month's deck of panning. Just to recap, still have these 2 I need to work on. I'll definitely get 3 more uses out of this highlight. I'm hoping I can no pan left behind this palette. Just have a lot of palettes I'm trying to focus on, but it does kill 2 birds with 1 stone if I can do this no pan left behind because it completes it for this project and also does it for my no pan left behind series. So that is my update for Deck of Panning. Let me know down below if you're also participating in Deck of Panning. There is a community playlist, so you can check out all the other creators that are doing this. But this is where I'm going to leave you all. I hope you're having a great one, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, everyone.